What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing here, back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we are here with another Duet Net Abyss video to discuss all the available characters that they have shown off for either CBT1 and CBT2 of Duet Net Abyss. So yeah, we're pretty much going to be going over all the characters that I remember seeing from the game, and I do have a Reddit post pulled up here, guys, that actually goes over pretty much all the characters that are available. It has an image of each of them, and then hopefully I'll try and remember their names on the spot, and then I'll have my editor put some gameplay on the screen for you guys. So if you guys do enjoy videos like this, man, definitely make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, as we are on the road to that 2,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. I definitely do appreciate the support on the channel, guys, and if you're on mobile, make sure to hit the hype button as well if it is available for you to help push your boy in the algorithm. Now with that out of the way, man, let's hop in and let's talk every single character that they've shown off in Duet Net Abyss. So starting off with the first character here, guys, we have Yu Ming. So Yu Ming, as you guys can see from his art here, he has a dragon in the background. He is a polearm type character, and from what I remember, and hopefully my editor is able to pull up some gameplay of each of these characters here, but yeah, Yu Ming is pretty much the character where he has a dragon, and as he does his polearm attacks, he's going to be spawning the dragon to do the damage. It's very cool, actually. I mean, from what I remember from CBT2, Yu Ming was like a really strong character at that too. Just as like a you know, main DPS, like kind of melee focused character. He was really good. So yeah, Yu Ming I think is going to be a solid character, and for you guys that like these type of like husbando characters, he's going to be up there as a really cool one. Now moving on from now, we got the next character being Sybil. So Sybil is pretty much like the Raiden of the game, if you guys have played Genshin Impact, right? Sybil is really cool as well. Her main weapon is a whip though, which is pretty wild, right? So she has a whip, and then she has kind of like a AoE, kind of like I guess like a black hole effect, right? And it is pretty cool in terms of what it's able to do with that. Yeah, just a very strong character, and she looks really cool too. Her animations are nice. She's one of like the first bosses in the game too. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Sybil, guys, is gonna be one of those like fan favorites for sure. But yeah, she is very cool as well. All right, moving on, we got, I think his name is Keijo, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Keijo, though, from what I remember. Here, what we can actually do anyway is I'll go to the Duet Net Abyss characters, and we'll actually check to see if the character is listed here. So they're not in no affiliation. Let me see if they're in one of the other ones. Here, let's see. I think he is in one of these, though. Here, let me see. For Keijo. Oh, no. Maybe I guess they didn't put him in here. Oh, damn. Okay, well, yeah, anyways, guys, Keijo, I think he was in CBT2, one of the newer characters in that. He was definitely a melee-focused sword character, and I think he had a, it was kind of like Gilgamesh in a sense, where he dropped like a bunch of swords on you. He was pretty crazy. Hopefully my editor, again, is able to pull up some gameplay of the character, but I remember seeing him in CBT2. I never got to actually test him out personally, but he did look very cool. So shout out to him. He's a pretty cool character as well. Another husbando. Alright, moving on, we got Fushu here. Fushu was one of the craziest support characters in CBT1. Now, I don't know in CBT2 if that changed too much, but Fushu pretty much was able to provide you healing, damage buffs, and also giving you energy regen, which energy regen in Duet Net Abyss, guys, is absolutely absurd. Just being able to spam your abilities and just having constant energy regen. She was an insane character, you know, when I actually got the chance to play with her. Just a very good character overall. And yeah, she's pretty much just a support character though. Really, she's there to kind of support your weapon damage and your team-wide you know, energy and damage in general too, right? So yeah, Fushu, very cool character as well. Alright, guys, moving on now to Randy. We got Randy here. He does look like Child from Genshin Impact, the boy Tartaglia here. So yeah, he is pretty cool. He is a kind of shielder character, so he's going to be able to drop down like a big barrier and kind of protect your allies. And then I think he also had an ultimate where he threw down like a big spear, and it did like kind of AoE damage. So yeah, he was honestly a pretty cool character as well, but he was a 4-star in the CBT 1 and 2 of the game. So I'm not necessarily sure if he's going to be like any different now, you know, with the release of the actual game, if they're even going to change characters to be not 4-star and, you know, have them all be, you know, at the same level of rarity in a sense, since every character is going to be free now, unless they, you know, make it so that they're easier to grind, I guess, in a sense. We'll have to see exactly what that's going to be, guys. But yeah, Randy was a pretty cool character as well. And then moving on, guys, we got Daphne. Now, Daphne I did not get to test, but in CBT1 she was part of the story of the Twilight story, so the second half storyline that you would do, and it was with the second MC that you were able to actually play alongside Daphne. And yeah, I mean, she, like, again, I don't know the exact skills that she had. Hopefully my editor is able to pull up some gameplay here for you guys. But yeah, Daphne was a pretty cool character as well. In terms of the story, I thought she was really nice in talking to the characters. But yeah, I mean, just, you know, kind of your, like, standard, you know, female, like, nerd waifu type character, right? So yeah, I mean, I think she is pretty cool as well. All right, now moving on, guys, we got Fantasio. Now, Fantasio actually got a good amount of gameplay with this character, and Fantasio was pretty much a character that would transform into a big kind of like berserker, I guess, in a sense, and he would do like a bunch of crazy melee attacks. He was really cool, actually. I did actually enjoy, you know, playing with Fantasio in CBT2, and he is a pretty cool character. If you like just, you know, having like a character that transforms and does a bunch of melee damage, he's definitely going to be a character to look out for when the game does release if you're trying to grind him up. Yeah, just another really cool character at that. So yeah, shout out to Fantasio. Moving on, guys, we got Zhiliu, or Zhuliu, I think is how you say it. She was pretty much the dragon, like, casteress from HSR level character, right? Pretty much what she does is she summons a dragon, and the dragon just like does a bunch of damage on the enemy. It's pretty crazy, you know? And yeah, I mean, her design is obviously really cool too. Yeah, I think Zhiliu is going to be one of those characters everyone's going to be super excited to kind of grind up and playtest as well. Just another really cool character. She was only revealed, I think, in CBT2 as well. Yeah, she was really cool. So yeah, that is going to be that character. Now, moving on, we have Yale and Oliver. So this is a 4-star character. Now, Yale and Oliver just had, like, I think he just threw a bunch of bombs. I forget exactly what else he did. But yeah, I mean, he wasn't like a crazy character or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, he would just kind of throw a bunch of bombs and do a bunch of damage at that. So that is Yale and Oliver. Moving on, guys, we got Lin. So Lin is Mesa from Warframe, the gunslinger. So pretty much the way Lin actually works is she'll use her ultimate ability, and it will just kind of pretty much aimbot your attacks in a sense. Like, you'll just be shooting at the enemy, and any enemy that's on your screen within the radius of Lin's attack will get hit by automatic aimbot shots. It's pretty busted. And yeah, I mean, she is a really cool character as well. I got to playtest with her only a little bit in CBT1, but yeah, I mean, Lin is just a cool character at that. I love Mesa on Warframe already, and so yeah, I mean, you know, this is going to be another character that I'll love to actually get my hands on and test out as well. So yeah, that's going to be Lin. Now moving on, guys, we got Outsider. So Outsider was a new character revealed in CBT2. I don't necessarily remember his gameplay from what like was available in CBT2, because I never actually like play tested this character specifically. But yeah, I mean, I thought he was pretty cool design wise though, you know, in terms of what he was able to do. I think he might have had maybe like a melee ability, considering, like, you know, the way his arms look and all that. But yeah, Outsider, just another character. I think I got him early on in the story when the game was still a gacha, so we'll see if that actually changes on, you know, in the game's actual release, you know, if they're gonna, you know, have him be like through the story where you get him or whatever. But yeah, he was pretty cool as well in terms of his design. All right, guys, now moving on, we have Berenica here. So Berenica is the face of Duet Net Abyss. If you guys see in like the trailers that they have, like even just like the base trailer here, Berenica is the sword character. She's the one that, you know, is pretty much Excalibur from Warframe. She does those like slashes in the air, and it does like range slash damage. Yeah, she is really cool. I actually did really like the way Berenica was done, and she's part of the story too as a fairly important character at that. So yeah, I mean, that's going to be definitely another character to, you know, keep your eyes out on, guys, in terms of just kind of playtesting her and all that. Again, though, she was a 4-star, so we'll see if they upgrade her animations in the actual full game's release. We'll see if that's something that they actually do or not. But yeah, she was a pretty cool character to playtest around with as well. All right, guys, we got the next character here is Lady Nephil, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so she's pretty much just like a, I don't even know how to really explain this. From what I remember, I think she was a damage buffer, but pretty much her ultimate would just summon this like big domain area. You know, it's kind of like Nahida's ultimate from Genshin in a sense. But yeah, pretty much it would give you this like big barrier like around all your like team, and I think it was kind of just like a damage buff if you were inside of it, and maybe enemies took damage over time too. It's possible. But I never really got to playtest the character too much. She was revealed in CBT2. But yeah, she was another really cool design character though, for sure. They definitely did the design for this character really well. Yeah, and she gives you that kind of like hella vibes, you know, as well in terms of like the art style and the color, you know, kind of scheme they're going with. So yeah, really cool character as well. And then moving on, guys, we got Rhythm here. So Rhythm is pretty much just the Attack on Titan character. You know, she got the ODM gear, she can fly around the map, she can do a bunch of damage at range. She is pretty cool, man. And yeah, I think this is a character that if you do like Attack on Titan, you'll definitely enjoy playtesting this character on Duet Net Abyss's release. I don't remember actually if she was available. No, she wasn't available in CBT1. CBT2, I think she was a character, but I never got to actually test her out. So yeah, that is another thing to mention too, guys. But yeah, she is pretty cool though in terms of what she's able to do as she does, you know, got the ODM gear. She's pretty much AOT, man. So yeah, very cool. All right, moving on now, we got Margie. So Margie, from what I remember of Margie, she was pretty much just like the Amber of the game, you know, like she's literally Amber from Genshin Impact, but just put in this game. Like that's the best way I can explain it. I don't exactly remember her abilities. I think she has the bear though that she kind of drops or whatever. I don't know if it's kind of like Xiangling from Genshin in that sense. But yeah, I mean, you know, Margie, just another 4-star character, nothing super crazy for her, but she is going to be probably super easily attainable early in the game once it is available. Yeah, that is going to be Margie right there. And then moving on, guys, we got Hellfire. So Hellfire is the melee DPS. She is a kind of like a brute in a sense. Like she can tank a lot of hits. She can dish out a lot of damage too. She has kind of, I think her ultimate is like a ground like stomp, and then like all the characters get like flown into the air for a little bit. So yeah, she is really cool. I guess she's like kind of Rhino from Warframe in a sense, right? But yeah, like I actually do really love Hellfire's design. I mean, she looks really cool. And yeah, she gives off that like the hell, it's like the hell guy, I guess, or hell guy. I don't even remember the exact name for that, but like that kind of art style, if you guys get what I mean. So yeah, that is going to be Hellfire right there. Moving on, guys, we got Fina. So Fina is, at least from my experience in CBT1, one of the best damage buffers in the game. She pretty much, what she did is she buffed every single type of damage that was available to her. So it was, I think it was electric, ice, water, and fire. Those were like the main elements she could actually buff. And yeah, it was absurd. You know, you got all the damage buffs regardless of who is on your like your team, and you just did so much damage with Fina. I mean, she was just like an insane character in my opinion when I actually got to playtest her. Definitely one of the best damage buffers, and she did DOT of that element damage too. So, you know, it was one of those things where like if you just kind of brought her on the team, even if she wasn't buffing the exact damage type you had, she was still providing a bunch of DOT of that type. So just a very good character. All right, now moving on, guys, we got Tebeth here. So Tebeth was pretty much the, I guess, like the crowd control character, like the Hydroid from Warframe in a sense. Pretty much what she would do is she had the tentacles come from the ground, and all the enemies would get stuck in the air and they wouldn't be able to move. They would just be literally stuck, and then you could attack them yourself and take them out. Very good support character, and good to have kind of like on auto, you know, if you're doing like your dailies or something like that, and she's just kind of there to help you out. Tebeth is going to be a very good character for that. And then moving on, guys, we got Hilda here. Hilda is Zaku from Warframe. So the way Zaku worked in Warframe is your enemy's guns are taken for yourself and you use them. So Hilda, the way she works, all the guns are pretty much spinning around her as she takes them from the enemies. And you do just a ton of damage as you're walking through a bunch of hordes of enemies. The spinning guns around her will just go like it's like a beam of each gun going around her in a sense. It's just really cool, man. Hilda, another very cool character as well, and definitely a character that I think a lot of people will have a lot of fun with, especially if you enjoy, you know, a character like Zaku on Warframe. So yeah, Hilda is pretty cool. And then for the final character here, guys, we do have Rebecca, which was my main in CBT1 as like DPS. You know, Rebecca was pretty cool. She had the little jellyfish, and then her ultimate was just kind of like a water nuke in a sense, right? But yeah, she did a lot of DOT with the jellyfish and all that, and, you know, I felt like she was pretty solid. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much all the characters that we have right here available in Duet and Abyss, at least from what we know from CBT 1 and 2 that are going to be playable. And then I guess also an honorable mention is the MCs will be available too, so you will be able to play both the Fox Hunter male and female as actual characters. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the video though, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below of all these characters, and which one is going to be your favorite from the list that we have here. So that's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I'm going to see you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. Have a good rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.